Hey guys, I'm back on YouTube. I mean, it hasn't been that long. It's been like a month, maybe a bit over a month. But a lot has changed with me, as you can see. Like, I've lost the sunburn, finally. And I got a few more subscribers. And by a few, I literally mean like 3. Because, I count pretty, I count in small increments on here. But still, thank you guys for subscribing. The last video got a bit more views than usual. Like, it did pretty well, pretty quickly. The first few days at least. So that's good. I don't know how that's determined, and I don't know like what I did or if I did anything, or if it maybe got suggested to more people, but it had really good stats on it. So I'll see if I can keep that up this time by doing what I've always done, which is just posting it and seeing what happens. But yeah, and on a kind of related note, someone commented on here that I should post like these shorts, which I think is kind of like a thing on Instagram and also on what's it called? Is it Snapchat or TikTok? I'm not sure which one, but it's kind of like a shorter like story type of post rather than like a video, I think, from what I can tell. And I've read that it can help your views a lot, but I'm not gonna after reading a bit about it, I'm not gonna do it because I feel like, I don't know, I'm just not trying to start like a big like business off of this or anything, or any kind of business off of this. So I feel like if I was trying to like make money, I would do it. But since I'm just trying to do this for fun, it's not really, I'm just gonna keep doing like as I have done. But it is a good idea, and thank you for suggesting it to me. And if you want, feel free to add this onto the shorts if that's how it works. I'm not sure how it works at all, but feel free. And until then, I'll just keep wearing shorts, and hopefully that's good enough for everyone. Okay, what else? I'm almost done with school. I've been working through that. I have like a week left. You can this is late April when I'm filming. I'm gonna finish school on May 2nd. It's gonna be a giant summer break for me, my first after college break, so it's longer. It's May 2nd to August 21st, I believe. I'll film a few things, I'm sure, over the break. I don't really know what yet. I've been doing more weightlifting. I mean, like, by doing more, I mean doing any, because before this I didn't do any. And by any, I mean like very little weight. But I've been working my way up and trying to get a bit stronger, and also doing a bit more running again, because it's been a while. But I'm not gonna post that on here, just like I don't post my running or my rowing stuff, just because I want to keep them separate. But yeah, I just don't want to like post everything on here like that, especially stuff involving like other people that I just do in my regular life, because I feel like that will be, I don't know, I feel like it's a slippery slope to me posting like live streaming myself sleeping or something, so until then, not until then, so I'm just gonna keep posting while I'm posting. And yeah, but the weightlifting should help me a bit with this stuff, I guess. But yeah, anyway, I'll probably get a couple more ideas as I film the other ideas I have right now, and I'll go from there. And then yeah, so what else? My main point here is talking about American Ninja Warrior, and I'm honestly kind of sick of talking about this. I tried to film this earlier, and I went off on a long tangent. And I'm already behind that one because I've taken like 4 minutes to get to the point. So there might be a take 3. Actually, I'm not gonna film it again. If this gets screwed up, I'm just gonna post whichever one is better. It might be a hopeless situation, but I'm gonna try not to get my channel taken down or something. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so first of all, just like going off the most basic thing, I guess, considering I posted about it a couple months ago, my application to American Ninja Warrior, it's not very surprising, but I didn't make it on the show, which statistically speaking makes sense because the show has like a 99%, probably over 99% denial rate. Because, okay, they have like 100,000 people apply, I believe, and then they have 500 or 600 in a bigger year get on. And now I feel like they've condensed that even more, like in the past couple of years. I have no idea what they're doing this year. I'm honestly not following it. So it's not surprising, like, numbers-wise. And, it's a shame, but I don't have, like, a very compelling story, or have that great skills. and you know, I'll honestly, like, a lot of the stories to get on require you to have like a kind of, I don't know, a background with lots of like challenges. And so honestly, I'm lucky not to have that, but it makes a very, like, I don't know, I don't have much interesting to talk about myself. So that's why I didn't get on, or one of the reasons. I'll get to the more controversial part as I go. But yeah. Also, I'm gonna, you know how I usually post the American Ninja Warrior reviews? That's like probably 90% of the watch hours on my channel are probably from those videos alone. They were pretty long, and that's why I'm not gonna post them in the next, I'm not gonna post any more of those. I decided like last August when I was filming the last one, which I titled like longer than an actual episode because it was like 2 hours something. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that because it just takes too long. It would be easier to just watch the episode than watch my recap. It wasn't much of a review because I'm not good at reviewing stuff. So it didn't add much, and it was just like a waste of my time, and just, I don't know. And overall, like, with the show, I just haven't been as much of, like, as into it in the past couple of years. Like, I feel like the show's had a bit of a budget cut. They don't travel anymore. And they don't have as many obstacles and stuff. And I mean, I know they didn't travel because of COVID or whatever the heck. But just, like, I feel like since then they will have been traveling again if they have more money. So I think there's also just that involved, and the obstacles just don't change nearly as much. And the show itself just feels kind of stale these days. Watching me screw up my chance of ever getting invited to the show, by the way, as I talk about it. But you know, it's fine. I'm almost certain I'm not gonna get it on. So what the heck? I'm just gonna keep talking. Okay. So there's that, and then there is I feel like this kind of unavoidable because the show's gotten more popular, but it's much more hard to like be on it these days. Like, it can't be like the old days where you're at Venice Beach and you walk up to the course and you decide to run it. Like, I remember that exact story in the first episode I ever watched, season 4 or something. But yeah, obviously that can't happen anymore. Like, even before the walk-on line was ended, it was like a month-long wait to be on the show, which I just, you know, even though I would love to be on the show, I don't understand how people can wait a month for it. To be honest, it just seems like it seems so hard to do. But if you're that committed, then good for you. But yeah, so that does make it harder, and it also makes it hard to get on the show, like I said. And you have to have you have to have very specific skills now. Like, I feel like in season 4, you could basically just do, just have basic athleticism and do pretty well. And I'm using season 4 just because it's the first season I watched. But now you have to have pretty specific skill sets, like with shades and stuff. And you have to have like very certain skills and to do well. I feel like my head is like uneven. Maybe it's because the camera's uneven, or I think my face is just like asymmetrical. This is weird. I don't know. But anyway, and also you have to have a really like good background story. Like, you have to, like I said, you have to have an inspiring story or something. So it's kind of weird, and kind of paradoxical, but you have to have very good skills and you also have a very interesting story to do well. Versus back in the day, we can kind of just be anyone. So unfortunately, both of those qualifications pretty much eliminate me. I don't have much ninja skills and I don't have much personality, so that takes care of that, I feel like. But you know, I still appreciate the show for like me. I feel like it's encouraged me to do more like active stuff, which has been good. I'm gonna take a drink before I get to the more it's not even that controversial, but I'm just gonna go into it. But before that, I feel like another consequence, like I said, of the show getting more like exclusive, is that people almost have to like have it as like a lifestyle now or a job to do well. Because you have to be able to train the really specific stuff, as I said, to get on. Like, all right, I don't want to refilm this. I feel stupid having a seatbelt on. I drove the car in here. That's why. Oh my gosh, I felt uncomfortable. That's why I felt bad. But yeah, where was I going with that seatbelt thing? Messed me up, and I had to cut the camera because I was annoyed at myself for not realizing that. But it explains why I was feeling weird. I guess. But anyway, so the you have to be very skilled now and devote a lot of time to it. And people kind of see it as more like a job, I think. And that kind of reflects in that people like want to be paid, or some people have expressed that. And I feel like that's like kind of weird because at the end of the day, it's like a game show, or I guess a reality show. So basically, if you win, obviously you deserve the prize. But aside from that, I think it's, it's like a hobby basically. And it's a very good one to have, I think. It has a lot of benefits, but it's not like something you can expect to just be monetized for going on it. It's just, it seems weird to me. And kind of playing into that, like I read that people say, oh, they should keep hosting them only, the indoor stuff they do now, like in arenas and stuff. I've seen some comments that people say they should keep doing those exclusively because it's easier for the competitors. And they don't have to stay up all night, and they don't have to compete in like cold weather or something. And I feel like that's like, I feel like if you went back to this show's roots with like boot camp and the Sasuke spirit and stuff like that, that seems very like dumb. I don't know. It just seems like, the competitors on a TV show, they're not like, I don't know. It seems weird to me, but this is like my petty rant. Before I make everyone like uncomfortable. I don't know how long I'm gonna leave this up, guys. This might be like, I might post this. Like I filmed this the first clip, and I was just embarrassed by how it turned out, so I might delete this one as well. I don't know, but I think I will post this one at least for a bit. But yeah, so the flip side of this, of it being like a job now, is that to compete on the show, you have to be vaccinated against COVID. And I shouldn't have said like I should have said vaxxed. I'm gonna say like something like that from now on. I should probably come up with a better code word if I'm gonna have a code word at all. But I'll say vaxxed. I just feel like there's only a matter of time before YouTube strikes this video for something. But yeah, get your COVID vaccine, please. Get all your boosters and everything. Wear a mask, and YouTube, get off before I continue talking. That's my attempt before I go into this rant. Yeah, as you can see, I went to the what's it called, donuts, and the free donut vaccine thing. That's where I went this morning. No. But seriously. So unfortunately this season they have that requirement. And so just backtracking, when I applied for this show, I started filming the video last summer, and then I had it finished and edited by September. It honestly, like, I spent a lot of time filming it and thinking about it and editing it. I think mostly it was just like thinking and playing it out in my mind how I do it. And I got, I had a lot of people, like my family especially, that were very helpful in creating the video. And also some of my friends, like I asked them to kind of use their pictures, obviously. And everyone was very supportive with it and stuff. So it took a lot of work though to do. And then I had it edited on September because I read that if you get it done early, you have a better chance of getting on the show. And then when I did all that, I couldn't submit it yet because the application wasn't until October. So I was gonna submit it on my birthday because that was right around when it opened. But then the day before my birthday, I woke up and someone tagged me in an Instagram post from Rise page, and it said like, it was a meme about the mandate, and I just woken up, so I thought it was like a joke. I just didn't comprehend it well because it was so early in the morning. And I thought it was like too typical for it to actually happen. Just cause like I feel like whenever I just barely missed out on ANW Junior, like I was a year too old then, and stuff. So it just seems like I don't know. I always miss like the end of. I always miss the boat just barely. So I thought that the mandate was a joke, but it wasn't. And yeah, I just think, it's. I mean, this is more a reflection of how I feel about the past 2 years and how I feel about the American Ninja Warrior mandate. Like, if it was just for the show, then whatever. But, it's just so unnecessary. Like, if most people support it, and I've gotten negative. I mean, I've stopped bothering with this because people are just stupid on these websites. But anyway, I posted arguments against it, and people say, "Oh, this is dangerous." Well, do they know that there was a season last year and the year before that? Like, if they actually cared, they would have been against those seasons happening at all, Especially the one in 2020 when this thing was brand new, or whatever. So it's just ridiculous. And I mean, obviously some people don't know like that there was a season, or maybe they think there was a mandate or whatever that year. But the fans know, and they just want to get behind whatever the show says for the most part. I mean, I'm not trying to generalize everyone, but there's a lot of people who are just like, pro-science, which is, I mean, it's fine. Like, obviously, science is good, but just getting a shot doesn't mean you're pro-science. It doesn't even make sense, guys. I feel like I'm, like, getting drunk and ranting. But, anyway. So, yeah, it's just stupid, and as I said, it's just for show, And I feel like one of the things I liked about this show was that it kind of anyone who wants to go on it can kind of be inspired by it and participate. Like, we've had disabled people compete. We've had like very old, we've had very old competitors, very young competitors. Like, basically anyone can be on the show and do very well and clear some obstacles. So I think the fact that they're banning almost half the American population from competing, or should I say like 15% or whatever the claim is, but I mean, I think it's probably 35% that aren't. I think the fact that they're doing that is ridiculous, and it's just not needed. It's just not, especially when you have so many healthy competitors. It's not like these people need it. It's just so unnecessary, man. And before anyone I'm not anti, at all. I mean, I'm at college. Like, I had to submit like 5 pages of different ones I've gotten before. Most of them like when I was a baby, but it's just, I mean, and even if you are like, it's not the worst thing ever to be like, I don't know. It doesn't matter that much, It just feels like a superiority contest in many ways to me, and it's just so extra, And going off the superiority thing I said, I don't like the scrutiny that people have gotten, like, especially Daniel Gill, like, especially on Reddit, because it's Reddit, has gotten a lot of, like, hate for not competing this year. He hasn't even said why he's not competing, to my knowledge, but it's like, oh, he's this belief, and so he's obviously an anti, what. So, that's just, I don't even know, that probably is why he's not competing, to be honest, but it's just so stupid to have this, like, scrutiny online, especially, and then there are some people who have, like, just said flat out, and I really admire them just saying that. I flat out said it, but I'm not like I have nothing to lose really in terms of Ninja, because I've never been on it. But yeah, so I really admire that, and they're also getting like backlash from people. They've gotten like overwhelming support from like most ninjas, at least publicly. But then when you get to like the people who've never exercising their life, exercising their lives. It's like, you know, then you get the hate. Then you get the hate from the people that care so much about your health. I got one because I commented that I'm not gonna compete, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. Get it? And I got a few likes, but then I got by this person called Live Whole with a bunch of numbers after their name. They said, "I wish you nothing but the worst," and like, "I'm sorry." No, not they didn't even say I'm sorry. I was like, I'm not sorry or something. Anti-vaxxers deserve to die, which again I'm not. And you can look up their profile. My account got deleted for making that comment. Theirs didn't get deleted for making their comment. But you can find their profile, and it's just filled with ridiculous content like that. It's just such a, it's just, it's just such a stupid, like, it's such a stupid thing to, like, place all your weight on. Does someone get this one thing or not? It's so stupid. And if they did, then they're a great person. If they didn't, they're a horrible person. It's so stupid. It's, these people, I mean, I'm not everyone, but people who think like that are not very intelligent as I think they are. I mean, forget the grammar of that sentence, but the point stands. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to private this after like anyone I know sees it. But you know, I'm gonna make my point because this is ridiculous. And respect to everyone, like if you are or if you aren't, that doesn't matter to me at all. It's just this stupid, like, it's just but if you support all this nonsense of like, of it determining whether you can go places, then I just don't know what to say, you know? I don't know. I wish everyone the best. I just don't get how people can think that, and how in 2 years we've gone to this such a low, you know? And it wasn't necessary at all. Going back to what I said about like the past couple of years happening, you know, and how stupid it is that they were for those and not for, I mean, how stupid it is that people were fine with it happening in 2020, but now they think a vaccine mandate's required. Well, I wasn't saying that the 2020 shouldn't have happened. I don't think anything at all ever should have been canceled, honestly. I think people should have, maybe the 15 days thing, but you know, the 15 days, you saw what happened with that. So I think honestly it just shouldn't have happened, you know? If someone like is a high risk, like they can't help that they're high risk, then you know, that's an exception to the rule. I think they should have been given some period of being able to, you know, isolate or whatever. But other than that, like, just if the general person, like I'm not in like any kind of like great shape, but I'm in no risk, like literally 0.000, you know, risk of getting this, well, of, you know, dying from this. The main people that are at risk are older people, mostly retirement age, who can very easily stay home. And some people who aren't the healthiest also, like physically healthy, then that is an issue. You know, it's hard. Like, obviously I would rather this virus didn't happen at all, but you know, I mean, there's always viruses, so you gotta get used to it, man. It's more just what's hyped up so much. And again, that goes back to my 15 days thing. Like, maybe we shouldn't have had any days, because if we didn't, then we would just be normal, and we wouldn't be doing this stuff for 2 years. We wouldn't be like still like not letting people into public for not having a certain card to show that they're vaccinated. Kids wouldn't have lost like kids wouldn't have regressed in 2 years because they haven't been able to go to school, and because they've been like treated like they're the biggest threat to the world. It's so stupid, man. It's such a, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that agree with this, or at least kind of in the middle. They don't think that the whole thing was necessary, but it's just like, I don't know, it's just so obvious to me. And I'm not like, I read a thing today that I agree with. It says I'm not I'm not an extremist, but I'm just a regular person in 2012. That's on this guy named Zooey's Instagram page. He's like a rapper, and I follow him because he has a lot of good points on this. And it's true. Like I'm not crazy. I'm not like, I don't know, like your average conspiracy theorist or whatever. I'm not even a conspiracy theorist. I just know that like a cold with a 0.01% death rate isn't enough to shut down the world over, you know? And 2 years, like, I feel like when you weight that, like the 0.01% death rate against 2 years of your life being like so crazy, it's just not worth it, man. And people, if they can, people are free to isolate this. I just don't want to be one of them. And the mask thing, like, yeah, maybe it's just a thing you wear, but it led to this. I'm sorry, it led to this. And it constantly reminds people, or makes people think we're in this deadly situation, seeing people wearing them. And luckily that's kind of over for the most part. And as of filming this, like the airplane thing has been lifted even. I want to take like a joy flight, or just for the mask part. But it's been unhealthy, man. And people are too afraid of everything now. This is like, I'm not gonna title this some like COVID title or related to this, but if hopefully people that will get this far and then kind of get tricked into watching this, because I feel like people need to hear this. Maybe not from me, but maybe since this is kind of like a surprise segment of the video, then you can listen to this part. And if people who would normally avoid it will listen to this part. And it's just that, like, I understand to some extent, like, why this happened. Like, we didn't know about, at first, in February 2020, I was worried about this thing. Up until the day we locked down in March 2020, March 13th, 2020, I remember that date. I was worried about maybe it would wipe us out. But then I was just worried about the stupid lockdown, because the first day of the lockdown, I was like on guard. I was like, this doesn't feel normal. This feels weird. And I mean, obviously it was out of the ordinary no matter what. But I was like, this doesn't feel right that we're doing this. And I just don't feel like it's going to be 15 days. This feels like the end of the world in a sense. And then they shut down school for 2 weeks. And then they shut down school for the rest of the year. And I was annoyed about that, because I thought we should just go back to normal, because it's just a matter of time. And then the next year, it was like online. It was like more formally online for the first half of the year. And then they made it for the second half. And it's just like, that's 18 months, man. And that's like, imagine if you have a kid in preschool, or imagine if you are the kid in preschool, and they start out their first year in school, ends with that. And then they have 2 more years of this where it's just not normal, man. And they have to, little kids, like, if you live in New York at least, have to wear a mask all the time in school. At least as of posting this. It might be different in June. I hope it is. And it's just like, it's just like, I feel like people will look back on that and realize how dumb it is. The school thing, like in general, closing them, I think was a really bad idea. And then you read all these things about kids being like developmentally delayed, or like educationally delayed, I should say. And like kids in 5th grade don't know how to tie their shoes, which, I mean, I didn't either, but that's a whole separate thing. Yeah, kids are very behind on like a lot of standards now. And it's like, I could have said that was coming. In fact, I wrote an email about that to my schools about that coming, because I thought it was kind of stupid to close the schools at all. I was part of a big county, which meant we were like extra, extra afraid of COVID. But it's just like, I could have seen this coming from day one. That's my point, man. And like, people, like, it's just like people are too afraid of. And I feel like it's like me, like, even though I have no fear of this, like, please, I would actively like try to just get this. That's what I did until I got it in September of last year. But even like me, I see myself like avoiding people and stuff, because I think other people are gonna be afraid, and some people are. So now it's like people don't know how to like just be normal, and I'm not. It took me a while to be used to not wearing a mask in the store. I mean, I tried to avoid doing it when I could, but most places made you in Broward County. You know, I was like this or something, cause I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Like if someone's gracious enough to like invite to like I'll wear it if I'm in someone's house or something and they want me to. That only happened once, but you know, but like in the store, I'm not gonna. It's so stupid, man. You know, yeah, it's just not necessary, and that's a whole other debate. But they obviously don't work, so you know. And the main thing though is like, is it worth it? Like, is it worth all these changes to society just to avoid getting sick? No. That's the answer. No. What else? This is supposed to be about American Ninja Warrior. Kind of went sideways, just like my last one. But the last one was a bit more outright angry. So this one will be the one that might remain for the time being. But yeah, all that to say, like, I really hope that we are completely like again, like, this is very little to do with American Ninja Warrior. That's just like a small part of just everything, just like everything in general. I really hope that within the next few months, like, I see some good steps towards it. We can just get back to complete normal. I think it's not been healthy to be doing this for this long. If you haven't inferred from my last 5 minutes, but yeah, I don't think it's been healthy to do this long, and it's probably not that healthy to worry about it, but I will keep worrying about it because it's just, you know, it's just not right. But yeah, I look forward to that, hopefully just normalizing. I do my best to just try to try to revert to my pre-2020 like just like instincts of like running around people and trying not to, like, I don't jump off into the street anymore when I'm running to try to avoid people, because I probably look like the COVID freak when I do stuff like that. So you know, I gotta do my part in making people less afraid, I guess, or maybe I'll make them more afraid by not avoiding them, but you know what I'm saying, I guess. So yeah, obviously this isn't like a positive update with American Ninja Warrior. As I mentioned, the relationship thing at the beginning, I guess it's like, I guess we're like broken up now. Well, I guess I was the only one interested in the first place, and Ninja Warrior was playing hard to get. But you know, that's fine. I still have gotten a lot from it, like ninja gyms and just doing this. Like, it's still been a good thing for me, even though I won't get to compete most likely. And if I do, then I need to hide this video at all costs to get on. But yeah. Anyway, I'll probably stay here for a few hours ranting to myself about stuff, but thank you guys for watching. And I will be back soon with more posts. I have a couple more monthly challenges I want to post, or monthly like June training or whatever month it's gonna be, or maybe just summer training 2022. My first 2022 training video, because I've been in college, but it'll be a good one, I guess. And just, I'm gonna do another ultimate grip challenge with some luck involved, so I need luck on my side. And it's in a new item haul, I guess. It's gonna be like an unboxing. So that's my plans. There might be a couple more. There might be a couple less if I realize the video sucks. But yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get off of here. I keep adding extra info for no reason. But thank you guys very much for watching.